A deal between Nebraska and the federal government to open an ICE facility is still under review. Thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Cornell.
I'm Rob McCartney. Today, the legislature's Judiciary Committee held a private meeting about the work ethic camp in McCook. It would be used as a detention center. KATV News Watch 7's Pete Cudahy spoke with members after the meeting, has some new information. Pete?
Rob, Julie, the big takeaway I had was that there's still a lot of uncertainty. Despite announcing the potential partnership with the federal government just a few weeks back, the potential ICE detention facility is still being reviewed by the Department of Homeland Security.
There is no agreement yet, and that we're looking at something like a 60-day sort of timeline.
According to senators in the Judiciary Committee, a deal for the Cornhusker Clink has not been made.
The governor has agreed that the WEC Center could be used for those purposes, but there hasn't been a contract signed.
Senator Carolyn Bazin, chair of the committee, requested Thursday's briefing. Last week, Bazin sent a letter responding to senators' request for a public meeting on the matter, saying that it would be premature. 1 week later, members of the committee held a closed-door meeting with members of Governor Pillen's executive team. Lawmakers like Senator Danielle Conrad took issue with the meeting being held in private.
A shroud of secrecy has been erected. The reason we have public hearings is because we have a history of respecting the people of Nebraska.
Legislators aren't subject to the Open Meetings Act and are allowed to hold private meetings like this. To provide transparency, Senator DeBoer and Roundtree spoke with the media about concerns discussed behind the door, like where the inmates from McCook will go.
Some will go out to community corrections, which is the natural step that they would take from WEC right now. Then the rest of the folks would be reabsorbed in other places.
Despite being assured that there is space for inmates in other facilities,
I do have serious concerns about the overcrowding.
They also raised concerns about the legality of the governor offering the facility without the legislature's approval.
Do I think that it's going to take the court's intervention to do something about it and weigh in on this subject? Probably it would.
But Governor Pillen says he does have the authority to enter an agreement with the Department of Homeland Security, saying it's under the purview of the executive branch as listed in the state constitution. It expressly states that supreme executive power rests with the governor.
Senators in the Judiciary Committee say that this is still very early in the process, and until they have a contract signed, there's not much that they'll know. Back to you guys.
All right, Pete, thanks.